Get you from the side. Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm here with Joan Collins. Joan, could you tell me what you think maybe about the promissory note ruling?
Very disappointed with the ruling. I felt it was an important issue to take on after the judge ruled that David Hall couldn't take the case as a citizen of the state, and it was left down to a TD. And yesterday the judge made the point that they were sort of being a bit lenient, even letting me take it because I only got elected in 2011. But I was disappointed with it, but I think it does highlight the fact in paragraph 143 of the judgment that the Minister now has all power. They made that very clear. The legislation in 2008, the Act they brought in, actually gives the Minister all that power to up to any limit he deems or she deems necessary. They can pay out to bail out banks without any recourse to the Dáil chamber or to the deputies in the Dáil. And I think that's a dangerous, in my opinion, that's a dangerous situation. It was raised today by Peter Matthews in the Dáil questions, and asking that on the basis of that there should be a debate in the Dáil about that issue, giving power away. I think, we've had a long history of pressure being put on by banks and everything on different administrations, and I think it's something that we will be pursuing over the next period of time. And we're going back on December the 17th, where the judge is going to make a formal order on the motion, and I have to talk to the legal team on that in the meantime.
I understand. So. Just lastly, is there anything you want to say about the people from Ballyhea at all?
Brilliant. I have to say, I'm just delighted with them. They've hearts like lions, they have. I was down with them on Sunday, and they're just a bunch of ordinary people that feel very strongly on this issue. It's not our debt, and it is not our debt. We made that point very clearly last night. We were hoping we'd get on board even some of the TDs to get them to think about it, where we're at. These are bonds that they're really the same thing as promissory notes, only a different word for them. And on the interest alone, we are not going to be able to, with that money, to bring in one extra bed to a hospital, bring in, develop our education system, and it's just crazy. And the government have just said they're not interested in pursuing this now because we'd look like bold boys. Whereas we're making the point that every single day of the week, businesses go into banks and into courts and make deals and get write-downs, and they're not looked on as failed. In America, it happens every day of the week. It's reality. You can't pay it back. You adjust things and you bring it back to a level where people can. And that's what should be happening now. The Irish people should not be lumbered with this debt.
Marcus Howard, test 1, 2, 3.